What's up, Bruins fans? Here with five-time National Coach of the Year, Coach Chris Carmichael of the women's soccer team. We're both utilizing our virtual backgrounds, so that's how we have to live here in the post-COVID world. So, Coach, thanks for taking the time today to chat with us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Great to be here.
You know, obviously, Coach Carmichael in the women's soccer program needs no introduction. You guys came into last year after a disappointing loss in the previous national championship. So just talk to me about, you came in with that, the players came in with that motivation, but how the team was able to really grow, and especially the latter part of the year, how they were able to really come together and gel at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, I think really, we had obviously had quite a big success going into last year's national championship at home when we did lose to Grace, and leading up to that game, we were very confident. Once the game started, we were very confident, but there were some things we talked about before the game that we were going to have to be really careful with, and we let our guard down, and the very thing that I forewarned them about kind of happened, and we just didn't step on that situation. So all that to say is I think for where we were at, we don't want to lose, but where we were at, I think for us to get better and to get and really to get into another level of success and performance, we had to go through that. We weren't going to get any better by just winning another national championship game. So I think it was a hard loss, but there's no doubt in my mind that as soon as it happened, I knew that was the best thing that could have happened to our program. Certainly you feel bad for the seniors, going out like that. My heart goes out for those guys because they did work hard. But, they all had a chance to experience success, and they had a chance to experience the other side of the game as well, which is not the fun part, but it's the part that does help grow your team. And for us, we definitely we learned a lot from that. Came into this past season knowing that we were not going to at least do everything we could to make sure that didn't happen again, and put the pedal to the metal all the way through the nationals. And I think with that, with the great group that we had coming in, certainly helped get us that next national championship game.
How key was it? You mentioned the leadership of the previous year, but then after suffering a tough loss like that, how key were the captains and the senior leaders this past season coming in going, look, guys, this is our motivation. We've got to get back to this point and do better this time.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, like I said, losing stings no matter how you look at it. Even though you try to get the positive out of it, but still stings. And I think that was going into preseason, the work effort was much higher. Throughout the season, the effort during the games was much. I thought a little more unified in many ways, more supportive. Everybody coming off the bench knew they had to work extremely hard to keep the level of play up. We had a very talented team, and so I think that helped players that were getting more time off the bench. I think it really helped push them to another level as well, and I think we saw that from some key players. I mean, I think Jessica Peterson, some others that really took off. I think with that increasing level of effort that we were put on the field. So, anyways, the motivation was definitely there to come in hard into regionals, and also in the nationals. And losing at that point was just not even a remote thought. We knew that we had done well that season. We were coming into we were hitting all cylinders in that last part of the third of the season. Things were going well. We knew things were going well. We just had a good rhythm of play. So I think with that, we were fairly confident, not overconfident, but we were very confident going into nationals.
Going away from this past season, obviously, 5th national championship in program history, 4th in the last 5 seasons, but you did graduate several key seniors to the program. We just released a couple of weeks ago the recruit class for this year. Just talk kind of collectively as a whole what this group is going to bring to an already talented group of core returners.
Yeah. I mean, we did lose a very talented senior class. There's no doubt. I mean, our back line is, is All-American level and is All-American. And so I think, having Kristen and Jenny both have graduated, at least, well, they've exhausted their 4 years of eligibility in Kristen's case. But, that's going to be a hole that we have to fill pretty quickly. With that, we have some very talented center backs coming in too as well. So I think once we get them through preseason, get them through a few games in the beginning of the season, as you know, our season doesn't start off real easy. So we have a couple of D1 teams who play right off the get-go, and so it's going to be a tough initial journey. So, but I think they're very talented. There's no doubt that they will get their speed of play up pretty fast, and we've got some good leadership behind them with Angelina in goal, and she will definitely help their learning curve quickly. So we have some holes to fill, but we also do gain some extremely talented attacking players. We already have a very talented attacking group right now, which is great. And now we've got more depth in the midfield. We've got phenomenal striker coming in Mia Marks, and so I think we've got some pieces that came in that I think is going to continue to make us a much better team.
One of the things that I always enjoy talking with you about, Coach, and for our fans maybe who aren't as familiar with maybe the behind the scenes of the team, your team and your players always just have this really great camaraderie with one another. And obviously any team is going to deal with the normal drama of, things going awry at times and those kinds of things.
Sure.
But I know you really stress the importance of training hard and having fun at the same time. So talk a little bit about that and what is allowed that philosophy to really build on you guys' success.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think there's probably not a simple answer, but I think the one thing is the girls they like to be challenged for sure, and I think so with that there's a lot of planning that goes into every training session. These are very well planned, and every session is pretty different than the next. So I think that mental challenge of trying to work through and struggle through some of the things we're trying to do, and then seeing it sort of evolve and click and things start to kind of really fire and they really get into the rhythm of what we're doing, I think works very well. There's definitely a hugely competitive feel within the team, especially in the last year or two now. And everything we do, we try to make it very competitive, whether it's a drill, whether it's anything we're doing, there's always a competitive nature to it. And I think that's helped to elevate our team to another level. And again, these are things that they enjoy doing. So as long as they come, as long as they enjoy that part of training, they look forward to it. And certainly we have a very, it's a good way of putting it, organic sense of humor. So the spontaneity of funny things that happen during training, we don't take that lightly because they are funny moments. We enjoy them, and I think that's what makes our players really enjoy the type of sessions we have. The success we've had is that we work hard. There's no doubt the girls push each other. I don't mean to imply that we're just a bunch of goofballs out there. I mean, when it comes to training, they're going to train, and they're going to push each other, and they're going to go full tilt as far as the effort. But funny things happen, and we all want to have a good sense of humor throughout the process as well. And I think with that balance has become a good recipe for success as we kind of continue to move the program forward.
Well, Coach, it's been obviously these are brief interviews with our coaches just to kind of catch up with what things are going on this summer. As you guys prepare for the upcoming season, what do you think is going to be kind of the biggest challenge for you guys going into year 9 of our program?
I mean, I think it's the big thing. One is sustaining the mental edge that we need to continue to be successful. Secondly, would be making sure that our freshmen, now rising sophomores, which is a big part of our, it's a bulk of our team, that they can also be supportive of our new players as we embark into a new season and the different struggles that we oftentimes have early on. It probably more so this year with maybe our shortest preseason because of the COVID situation, and then there's other programs obviously in the same boat. But there's going to be some initial frustrations as we're trying to learn how to work with each other. Hopefully, our freshmen and I think our rising sophomores are going to do a great job on assuring our new freshmen that this is okay. It's just part of the learning process. So I think as long as we can keep our heads above that, I think we'll be good. God's blessed us with great players all the way through. Brings exact kind of personalities into the mix that we need. We are not a cookie cutter team by any means. We have a broad array of different personalities and characteristics, but it always works well. And it just takes a little bit of a little sense of humor at the beginning and keeping our heads on straight. But I think I'm fully confident, despite this being another tough season ahead of us. We've made it stronger every year, and every year I say the same thing, that this is probably going to be our strongest season yet, or strongest schedule yet, and there's no doubt that's going to be the case. But we got a great team. I'm excited with the team we have, and we'll see what happens. One day at a time is our motto too, and we just want to make sure that the girls feel comfortable in an environment that they can fail, not worry about that, and just use the failure to kind of keep making themselves better players. And as long as we keep that edge and developing very brave players, I think we'll be okay.
Chris Carmichael of our women's soccer program. Coach, again, thanks so much for the time today as we look ahead to the soccer season coming up. Again, if you can find more information about our women's soccer program at bjubruins.com, and season will be here before you know it. Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks to all the fans for supporting us as well. So.